Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm good. I'm glad that you used all of my official titles.
Yeah, all of them. Had to. So your hair is looking pretty good, dude. You
I know. I'm getting fancy.
Yeah, you doing anything new with it?
Yeah, I was. I bought a bonnet. I bought a silk bonnet. So, and I've been sleeping with it on.
You've been sleeping with it on?
Yeah.
Like the one that like black women wear?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Have you ever seen D12, Eminem's band?
Yes.
Bizarre from D12 always had a bonnet, like in all their pictures.
Are you saying that should be my
when we
next
take our
thing?
press kit photos, dude? You got to be Bizarre. You got to wear the bonnet.
I could do it.
So my question is this: do you put your hair up in it? Like, do you wrap your hair up and put it?
Yeah. So it came with a silk scrunchie.
Yeah.
And I used the silk scrunchie to tie it up, and then I put it on.
Bro, I can't wait till we travel for comedy again.
No, I'm not gonna. We're not sharing a room, Keegan.
And you bust out the bonnet.
I need my own hotel points.
Yeah. You have to. If you're gonna bust the bonnet out, you cannot share a room with somebody.
No,
That's uncomfortable.
No, that's like that's basically the same thing as openly masturbating in the middle of the room when you're sharing it with somebody.
Yeah, you look over and your homie's just brushing his hair with a silk scrunchie. You're like, nah, dude.
All
but
right.
you already know when we're on the same side of the table, we got a guest, so it's a motherfucking guest episode. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, Mr. Nick Tigges. How you doing, bro?
Doing great. Thank you for having me on.
How you been? What's new?
I've been good. Basically, I've been front-loading all my shows for June, so these 2 weeks have been pretty hectic, and then, after next week, I kind of don't have anything, so I'm trying to pick up a couple new shows. But those shows have done really well. I mean, I've got a 30-minute set Saturday that I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
I'm going to do Tournament of Topics again on Sunday. And
What is
so Tournament of Topics, so roast battles.
Yeah.
So instead of a roast battle, you have two comics on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Then Levi spins his Tournament of Topics wheel. And so one comic will get a topic, like, say, the United States. And you have a minute, basically, to riff or come up with jokes on the spot about the U.S. Then the other comic, he'll spin the wheel again. He'll get another topic. He'll also riff, and then the judges will decide which one riffed better. They'll move on, and it's tournament style.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Seven actually won the last one.
Really?
Yeah,
I could definitely see
great.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and I was one of the judges, and yeah, he did great. And I didn't vote for him just because I drove him up there and didn't want the car ride back to be awkward. No, he did a fantastic job.
Wait, where is it?
It's at the Globe in Athens.
Okay.
Nice.
How do you get on something like that? Sounds
Levi
fun.
Crumley on Instagram. Message him, and he'll definitely try to put you up.
Yeah. We should definitely try to do that.
Yeah, he runs a fantastic show.
That'd be
I
fun.
loved it the last time, and I can't wait to actually be a competitor this time.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's a good idea. It's a good concept for a show. No, so I was thinking before we started this, I was going to tell y'all something, but I was like, I'll save it for the podcast. So there's this guy that at the Sphere. Do you know what the Sphere is in Las Vegas?
I haven't been there, no.
Okay, but
But you're aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
that
know.
$1 billion. So this guy was there for fish, and he put on his Instagram. Now, his handle is hilarious. His handle is acid farts, which is, to me, I'm like,
good,
that's,
good.
of course. So he put on his Instagram, he was like, the first bong hit in the Sphere. So it was just him, like, hitting a bong on 420 and all these people, like, cheering for him. And then, like, the next post on his Instagram was him being banned from all MSG, like, properties.
No.
And so all these people got together, and he was like, dude, I'm going to sell shirts, and all the proceeds are going to go to Trey Anastasio's, like, charity. And then all these people got behind it, like, it's Vegas, it's legal, and he got unbanned.
Wow.
Hell
That's awesome.
Yeah, the president was like, hey, we did that in haste, which, the president was like, fuck that guy. And then he got online and saw all the positive, all the
he was
comments
like,
and was
"Oh,
like, God damn.
Instant 180.
Yeah.
We can't evil a corporation about this.
Well, so I was like, what are they talking about? Then I got on a deep dive of the facial recognition that they have at MSG, venues. And they were saying that, like, if you are banned, they will find you. Like, they have cameras set up that have your facial recognition,
like a
and they will
casino.
come and ask you to leave.
yeah.
I know how to beat that. Insane clown posse makeup.
Yeah, you could do that.
I was really hoping you were going to say Juggalo makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, either that or just do the basic mustache and glasses disguise.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you know this because you've Googled it, or do you know this because you found it out firsthand one time? Like, you just one day walked into a casino you were banned from after a gathering of the Juggalos, and you're like, hey, they haven't picked me up yet. Normally they get me by now.
The FBI is like, dude, they're just at a loss for words of the gathering of the Juggalos. They're like, we can't fucking monitor shit.
Believe it or not, they're the worst terrorist group to monitor.
But I'll let you be the judge of that.
I heard that works, and then those creepy clear masks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those creepy ones that like are sweaty. Put those on your face, but yeah, you can wear that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good time.
Then you're just like, fuck it, I'll go to jail. I don't care.
I want like a Mission Impossible mask that's like perfect. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Because then you could just go to the store and like steal as Joe Biden. Just steal stuff.
At first, I thought you said a Mission Impossible mask. I was just thinking Tom Cruise.
I mean, a Tom Cruise mask too, dude. I'm probably too tall to be Tom Cruise.
It would just creep people the fuck out.
I mean, you could
'Cause it
say
would
you're
just
just
be
wearing
him
platform shoes.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, you're right. I could pretend to be Tom Cruise for like
Like goes the opposite way.
For-
You draw so much attention to yourself.
for lunch, for free lunch. You kidding me?
No, dude, people be asking you for free lunch.
Well, you just got to go to empty place,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, he creeps me out.
Yeah.
He really creeps
He's a
me out. dude.
Scientologist, Keegan. Of course
Yeah.
he creeps you out.
Just the whole thing about him doing his own stunts, and I'm like, dude, just settle down.
Well, he
It's
wants
Mission
to die,
Impossible
right?
27. No one gives a fuck.
I mean, he's like, what, 65 now? I mean, the fact
Yeah.
that he's still doing his own stunts, I mean, I got to hand it to him. That's actually very impressive.
I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah.
a man who wakes up and puts an unloaded gun in his mouth every morning just because he likes how it feels.
It's like part of his fucking routine.
Yeah. Well, it used to be loaded. He used to play Russian roulette every day, but then he got rich and he's like, I can't gamble like this every morning.
Do you think he's rich, or do you think all his money goes to that church?
I think Tom Cruise, like Scientology, it seems like they always have a celebrity that's like their face.
Yeah.
Like who
It's like
was the
their
guy at the
brand.
beginning? It was
Oh, Ron Hubbard?
Yeah.
no, that was the
Oh,
founder.
founder. No.
The big celebrity.
That was the first face of the brand.
Was it Travolta?
Yeah,
Travolta.
Travolta was like the first big one.
Yeah, and then he tried to get jerked off in a massage parlor, and they're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. This is terrible press.
So
Which I thought that's
Yeah.
what you were doing at a massage parlor.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I've never gone to a massage parlor.
it's
I've never
like,
needed a
dude,
massage.
isn't that like, I mean, I thought, so the story was he asked. It was like, well, that just seems, you know,
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know. I thought it was etiquette.
I don't. Yeah, it is etiquette. It's at least he asked.
Yeah, right?
But I don't know. Travolta's such a fucking weirdo, man.
Yeah. I had a buddy that really was into Grease. And I was just like, why are you so... Like, he would try to put it
that's-
on while we were hanging out.
Really?
It'd be like 7 people partying, and he'd put on Grease.
I mean, it's not a bad movie, but there are plenty of better movies for parties.
It's not a good party movie.
No, absolutely not.
That's something you do, like, embarrassed at your own house.
You know what I want going on at the party? Show tunes. That's what that says about.
Or play like fucking Looney Tunes in the background. It's like, all right, somebody.
Looney Tunes is better.
Yeah, it's like something that happens in this is going to happen to someone at this party.
Yeah. Looney Tunes is a Mushrooms vibe.
Yeah.
You put that on. Fucking some Roadrunner.
No, Grease. There's no party that Grease is fun to watch at.
No, dude, this shit is lame. Especially, it's
Yeah.
like you're a grown man
That's
and you're going back.
like my mom liked Grease. You can't fault a mother for liking Grease.
Yeah, I never liked. Did you like
A
musicals?
Well, I was forced to watch them in elementary school. My first music teacher, she was one of the laziest teachers I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember, so we did 2 things. One, we listened and drew. So basically, she would put on random music, and we would just draw what came to our mind.
Oh, that lady was
And-
doing drugs.
Yeah, that lady
no,
sounds
she
stoned.
wasn't. She was just sitting on her chair and
No, she
reading a
wasn't.
book.
She wasn't doing drugs in the moment. She was.
she was thinking about doing drugs.
Nah, that lady had acid in her coffee.
But
That's
and then the
hilarious.
second thing is we would watch movies. However, she said these are not movies; these are musicals. So don't tell your parents that I'm showing
This
you
lady
movies.
either was smoking in the mornings or she was wildly hungover. She
Well-
was like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
we're
either
not
way,
doing
the
singing.
valuable lesson I learned from that was literally how to cover your ass.
Right. She's
What
like,
a-
what we're not doing is singing while I have a hangover. We're going to fucking watch Sound of Music. Y'all are going to shut the fuck up. Shh. quiet coyote. Yeah, looking back, you're like, dude, could you imagine how terrible that would be to be like teaching 4th grade kids and have a massive hangover at like 8 in the morning?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, just a classroom full of just.
I would fight the children. It would be that day we would find out how many 4th graders I could take in a fight. Because I'd be so upset by the time I finished my classroom, I'd go to the other classrooms. I would be
You're just standing.
It's like, fuck it, let's keep going. Let's see how many we can take.
I wouldn't have a weepon. I'm like, I've already committed the crime.
There's just bodies strewn all over the gymnasium. You're like, turns out 850. It's just like, oh my God. Today, Fox 5 News here, live on the scene. We have a 31-year-old male fucking snapped. It's chaos. It's chaos down here.
Zero
Pandemonium.
Zero casualties, 845 wounded.
He got to a basket of dodgeballs and wreaked havoc.
The first ever school beating. We're hoping this doesn't start a trend.
Oh my God. I could respect that though.
Yeah,
Like somebody just goes into a school, like a kid's like fed up with bullies, and you just go in and just start
Yeah.
swinging on them. Like,
yeah. You know what is like the suicide by child version of that is trying that at a high school.
yeah.
Because like you're gonna beat up like 3 nerds, and then the football team's gonna show up.
Dude, I am terrified of a group of high school kids walking down the street.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck no, dude. Nobody's going to roast you harder. They're going to kick your ass. Like, I don't fuck around with that.
Well, because also like they're young and they feel invincible, so like they're fighting like they're invincible.
And they're going to live stream it.
I know that I'm gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
as
they're
soon
gonna
as
live stream
I'm
me
gonna
just-
hurt myself trying to swing at you, probably.
Well, if they feel invincible, that means they get overconfident, and that's how you win.
Depends on how many there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's, I'm gonna say if there's 3, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you look like you're in a lot better shape than us.
Well, I do have 2 fake hips, so that is a
Oh,
disadvantage.
see, yeah, that's a problem. That's what I'm saying. What if you tweak your knee on the first punch?
Yeah.
And it's just enough to punch them, so now they're mad.
I think
It's like
I
punching
could-
a hornet's nest.
Yeah, the guy's like, "That guy punched the shit out of me." You're just on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, please don't. My knee.
I think I would just like pocket sand. If it was 2, I could pocket sand one of them and run away.
Yeah. Maybe. How
Yeah.
fast are you?
I mean, I could sprint to somewhere where these teenagers are not going to be able to kick my ass.
Yeah.
You know, like I can get somewhere where there's people,
Yeah. I mean,
which is sad to say.
a high school bullying.
Yeah. No, high schoolers are the worst. They're the worst people.
They really are. They're really cruel.
Yes.
Kids in general are cruel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know firsthand from experience. I mean, I was bullied very badly in high school.
Really? Were you bullied?
Oh, yeah.
Damn. What'd they do? Was
Relive
that old
it.
school? Yeah. Let's
It
rehash
wasn't.
this.
It wasn't physical. It was mental, emotional.
Oh, never mind. We don't
Very
have to
mental,
rehash that.
emotional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
See, I got bullied by my brother because my brother wrestled. So growing
Oh,
up,
yeah.
it's like when your older brother wrestles and then he comes home from high school, he just terrorizes the
It's
fuck out of you.
like practice round 2. Let's go.
And it's like heaven forbid he got fucking dogged out at practice. Now he feels less than. Now he's gonna come home to prove it.
He's got to find his place in the pecking order,
Yeah.
which is exactly what some of my bullies were doing. Like, you know, it's like find their place in the pecking order by punching down. So even though they're getting bullied, like they're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm getting bullied, but at least I can also shit on this guy, so I'm not that bad off.
And you got to think their home life is probably fucking terrible.
oh no, like all my bullies had great home lives.
Oh,
They were
really?
just they were just fucking shitty people.
God damn.
No, they were just assholes. Like that's the biggest myth of bullying. Like everyone's like, oh, the bullies have bad home lives, like low self-esteem. No, the majority of bullies are perfectly normal.
Yeah.
They just suck.
They're just sociopaths.
Yeah, they just suck.
Well,
Like that's the reality, and nobody acknowledges that.
well.
Sorry if I'm getting a little emotional, but
No,
like that's
you're fine, bro.
that's the reality that I learned firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Did
don't
you-
know.
You didn't get bullied. You didn't go to public school.
I-
either.
I went to public school on and off.
Yeah.
I was also fighting Russian people at home, so
Yeah.
so like I don't know like if bully qualifies, but like I had a weird childhood. That's
Yeah.
I think let's leave it at that.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. I didn't really get bullied at school. We did have one kid that would bullied me like in the neighborhood. And that was
Yeah.
terrifying because it was like a movie. Like when he would come outside, you're like, fuck. And you knew he was going to terrorize somebody. And it's just like, who is he going to pick?
Which one?
Yeah. And then,
I think I did get bullied when I was like young.
yeah.
But
But-
by high school, people literally didn't know me well enough to bully me.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. If you're not there, they're like, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
people
that was
don't
me
even
in
know.
college. I mean, the whole reason I was a shut-in my first couple of years of college is because of bullying and because I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe I shouldn't go out. This was back. I forgot if it was like Yik Yak or whatever that like anonymous posting site was where you could post in like your college and like basically shit on everyone else.
Yeah, what
So-
a fucking problem that was.
Yeah, so I was
Good
always
idea.
worried that
Good
you know,
idea, colleges.
Yeah, I was always worried that people were shitting on me, and so I asked my roommate. I'm just like, I don't go on that because I'm scared of finding out what's on there. And he's like, all right, do you want me to tell you what people have said? And I'm like, well, the good news, no one said anything about you. The bad news, that's because nobody knows you exist. And I was
Right.
like,
That's a crazy app to make. Like, we're
Yeah.
going to allow
Yeah.
people to anonymously talk about people at their school. Just, what the
Is
fuck?
it still around? It's probably still around.
I have no clue. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not really gonna try to go on it
Yeah,
or anything
not
like that. It's
interested.
just not. It's just not.
It would be funny to set one up for the Atlanta comedy scene.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you could already do that in the Discord.
That's what I was going to say. I
Yeah.
think that's the Discord. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would.
The Discord.
That whole Jesus lady thing that just happened. I'm just
I don't
looking at
even-
it like, what the shit is this?
I got a new phone like a year ago, and it didn't come with Discord on it, and I have not installed it.
This is how
Honestly,
I know.
that's for the best.
This is how I know I'm getting old. I don't really know what Discord is.
That
And
is
people
also-
have explained it to
Yeah.
me, but I'm like too embarrassed to really ask again.
It's
It's
an,
basically a chat, like a chat room app,
It
like
is-
a mainstream chat room.
so you're
app.
saying
That's
it's
kinda what it
weird
is.
to it's kind of hard to understand because like I experienced this, Keegan. When I first found out about Discord, it took me 4 or 5 times of trying to figure it out before like one day I was like it clicked and I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
And now I can use it. You just got to keep trying it.
So it's just like a chat room. I'm good. I don't need anything else. I
Yeah,
don't need
that's
any
pretty
more
much what it is.
communication.
I mean, it's a good way to keep up with the Atlanta comedy scene and know what's going on. That's kind of all I use it for. And then seeing the occasional shit show when people get into back and forths.
If you're using that correctly for Atlanta comedy, it's a calendar in your phone basically.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that
That's-
makes sense.
And
I
even
could
then,
use
like they
that.
still post stuff on like Instagram and Facebook too, so you
Uh-huh.
don't need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You can not look at the channels that become shit shows. But if it's there, sometimes you just want to see what's going on.
Sometimes you got to, though.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like good
wanna,
thing that's not me that's doing that because I'd be
I-
embarrassed.
I have
But
friends.
sometimes it'll get you upset, and you'll type like a paragraph, and then be like, "Oh, I can't get involved in this."
No, you can't jump in. You can't
No.
jump in. It sucks you in.
Yeah.
Or it's like when
Once
people
you
get
dip a
pissed,
toe
like,
in.
yeah. Or it's like when people get pissed that they didn't get to a comedy festival. It's like, dude, like you probably don't want to hit send
Yeah.
on that paragraph.
Oh yeah. You
Because
want
like, yeah, it's like, okay, look, we get that you're upset. That's fine. It's totally valid. But like, you post that shit, I mean, maybe no one wants to book you because of that. Or yeah,
you got to
it's
know
not
people
a,
are
it's not a good look.
screenshotting it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
people
not-
are
it's not good
screenshotting
optics.
everything that you type in. You're like, yikes. Yeah, I see people all the time say so. I saw some people say some stuff about COVID where I was like, you can't unsay that. You can't unsay
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
took a little screenshot just in case somebody tried to forget. I'll
Yeah.
send it to
Oh,
them
yeah.
later.
Someone tried to Chris Cuomo it or something.
Oh, yes. Dude, how crazy is that he just lies like that?
Well, did you see Fauci was doing the same thing in front of Congress?
No.
Yeah.
I can't, dude. I can't watch it. I can't.
It's upsetting.
I have to watch some dude named Acid Farts is able to hit a bong in the sphere again. You know, like I can't. I just too much, dude. I'm spiraling out of control sometimes.
Bro, acid farts, what's that guy's life like?
Apparently awesome. Seems
It
like
must be.
a good hang. First off, how did he get the whole pipe in there? Because it's a bong. Like it's a full. I'm like, where did you put that thing to get through security?
It like glass? Or we like
Glass
Wow.
glass on glass. Nice piece. Look like some heady glass. I would love to interview that guy.
Could have had help on the inside.
True. He could have
Yeah.
paid a security guard. We had a buddy pay a security guard to let him bring he ordered a pizza. And so he's standing at the front door, and the security guard's like, "What are you doing?" And our buddy's like, "I'm just hanging out on my phone." And then this pizza guy comes walking up to the front door, and he's like, "Yo, I don't really know how this is going to work." And the security guard looks over, and my buddy's like, "That's mine." And he like hands the dude money, and then he grabs the pizza, and the security guard's like, and Tim was like, "Here you go, dude." here's a tip for you. Handed the security guard a tip, and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
There you
But dude,
go.
he told us when he left, it was set break. He goes, I'm gonna go get some pizza, and then he comes walking back in with like a Papa John's pizza, and I'm like, dude, where the fuck did you get that thing? It was awesome.
That's amazing.
And you're a hero. If you're at set break at a concert and you bust out a full large pepperoni pizza, it's hot as shit out of that little bag.
Hell yeah.
Now you're hustling. Now you can charge for pieces.
Oh,
now,
and those are expensive slices. 'Cause there's a
Now-
lot of people that want them. And
yeah,
there's
now
not
you're
a
a
lot
little
of slices.
entrepreneur in the 200s. Dude, he's the same guy that got kicked out of a show for smoking, and as he's getting kicked out, he like hands us his stuff. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll be right back." And I was like, "Okay, dude, we'll see you later at the hotel." Not even at the end of the set, he comes walking back in, and we're like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I just paid a security guard." Just walked up to a security guard that's at the exit and was like, "Dude, I'll give you $40 to let me in." The guy was like, "Sure." The guy just like, "I'll totally look the other way."
That's awesome.
I would never think to do that. I would just
Yeah.
be like, I'm kicked out. I'm fucked. Like my night's ruined.
I mean, I'm broke. I can't think to do that.
Yeah, that's
for
what
other reasons.
I was like. That's quick on your feet. But at the same time, he's like, what's the worst that the guy could say? No. He's like, then he doesn't make $40, and I go ask another.
It's not
guy.
an officer. You're not bribing an officer. You're bribing a guy. I don't know if that's illegal.
Yeah, he just takes his wallet out and it has.
Is it
like,
illegal to bribe just a guy?
no, I don't think so. Is that illegal?
I mean, it depends on the context. If it's,
yeah, because
conflict of interest laws, all that shit. But I mean, if it's just a random security guard, no.
but aren't
So here's the thing.
politicians
I'm
just
sure
guys?
it's illegal. It's illegal for that guy, right?
What, illegal for him to bribe
It's illegal
people?
for him to take a bribe, but I don't know if it's illegal for you to bribe a security guard.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's illegal for him to accept the bribe.
A person.
Oh yeah, bribery
depending on
is.
who and what is involved.
Okay.
Public officials, witnesses, jurors, corporations, sports officials.
Boy,
okay,
that's
you're.
that's a gray area, isn't it?
He's
Here's the
in the
thing.
clear.
Here's
He's
the
in
thing.
the clear.
Sports officials, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But
So-
those guys are taking money for sure.
Oh, dude, I saw a security guard one time at the Tabernacle go up to people and be like, "Hey, you're smoking weed, you're out of here, or you can give me it, or give me $20, I'll let you keep it." And
That's
dude,
awesome.
all day he was just walking
Hustling.
around pocketing weed and cash. And then once you paid him, I was like, "That's fucked up." My friend goes, "Is it? Because he's leaving those people alone."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, would you
As
pay-"
long as he doesn't circle back.
Right. He didn't. He left those people alone for the rest of the show. I was like, now, that's the question. I hate that he's doing that, but if I could pay $20 to not get fucked with for the rest of the show, that might be worth $20.
Yeah.
Then you're over there blowing clouds. Everybody's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, dude,
You've
get
bought diplomatic immunity.
You're like, and this is how the world works. Fun to be on the other side.
Now I get why they do it.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, dude. So, man, how you doing? You bring a story today?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Let's get into it. I feel like this is the time.
So this happened back in 2019. So
Okay.
yeah, a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been in a relationship for a bit. We ended up ending things, and she moved to California. So I got back on dating apps,
Okay.
and I'd had a lot of success on Bumble, so I went back to that. And I ended up matching with somebody, and she was a stunner. Like, she was really hot. And so I'm just like, well, shit. I mean, I got one shot at this. Let's just do it. So I just say, like, hey, do you want to hear a really stupid pickup line? And she's like, sure. So I said, if you were a fruit, you would be a fine apple.
Damn.
And if you're a
Okay.
vegetable, I'd still
Okay.
visit you in the hospital.
Damn.
So something
That's-
stupid like that.
Right.
You know, I'd expect her to laugh at that and then unmatch me, but she liked it, and I asked her out to a restaurant, and she said yes. So we ended up going to Heirloom Market up in where is it? Like it's close to the Braves Stadium, Heirloom Market.
Yeah.
And it went well, but it was okay. Like I didn't think there'd be a second date, but against all odds, she's like, "Hey, do you want to come to trivia?" And I said, sure. And
Which is a fun date.
Yeah.
Trivia is a great.
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Yeah,
one
but
of-
you can really bomb trivia if it's not your topics.
I can't bomb trivia. I'm autistic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
a
you're-
mortal sin
you're
to
gonna-
lose trivia.
They're like,
Yeah. It's basically
like the final question: types of dinosaur. You're like, guys, I got it.
No, so Battle and Brew had a dinosaur trivia, and I lost that trivia. I didn't even place that dinosaur trivia. I was so upset.
what?
There
I
were-
was so upset.
the dogs were out then. You got the real dino files came
You
out.
weren't
dude.
you weren't the only one that saw that and was like, "This is my bat signal."
Oh man,
And I got absolutely crushed by everyone else.
God,
Yeah.
how
Okay.
mad were you?
Very. I didn't go back to trivia at Battle and Brew for a couple months. I was so upset.
Left a bad taste. in your
It did. It totally did.
That's
Oh man.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think my joke. I have a
Okay.
joke where it's just like the main reason she wanted me on her trivia team is because I was autistic.
Okay.
maybe.
And that night we ended up coming in last place. So,
Oh
Damn.
no.
but I mean, we had a good time, and then we ended up going to PBR afterwards. And she got like super trashed. Ended up driving her back to her place.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember during the drive back, she goes on a rant about abortion
Oh.
and how basically
yikes.
she's like, "I would never have an abortion, and I want it banned in the U.S."
Whoa.
And then she was talking about,
Great date topic.
A
You
lady,
know.
a lady with opinions.
Oh, it gets worse because she's just like, well, I mean, it's like the woman's choice to abort the baby. It's like, what about the father's choice? Like, doesn't he have any say of it in it?
No.
And she goes on a rant about this. I'm just looking at her like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna keep
The
driving.
only way this is worse is if you're having it in the back of an Uber.
Oh,
No,
The driver's just like-
thankfully I drove.
You just see the eyes in the rearview mirror, like,
ooh, buddy.
Imagine if it was Zane driving that Uber.
yeah,
He's trying to figure out if you're with her or if you're just meeting
right.
her.
You're immediately
He's
feeling
like-
it out. You're like, what
Yeah.
kind of a
He's
ride
like-
am I taking here?
He's like, I either need to 5-star this guy out of pity or 1-star him
Oh
because he's a monster.
God, that's terrible.
Oh, but it gets even better / worse. So I finally get back to her house, and she let her dog out into the bathroom to
Backyard.
backyard. God, fucking ADHD. Just
Oh, you got it, bro.
yeah, that's the problem with ADHD. Like you'll just have a thought, your brain goes a million miles a minute, and whatever you spit out is just pure word salad. It took so long for me to like tame that on stage, and
Yeah.
to just slow it down. Like it's hard as fuck. But anyway, so she let her dog out to use the bathroom, and I'm going to sit on her couch, and I trip over something. It's an AR-15 just lying
Sick.
on the carpet.
Do you have this
Nice.
lady's contact information?
Yeah, I was about to say, you might be
Not
talking about
anymore.
Trent Screen, bro.
Not anymore.
Damn. So she's just got a gun laying out where she's been
Guns.
putting
Yeah.
it in her mouth
No,
on the
guns.
couch.
There
Oh,
were
guns.
more. There were more than one.
Yeah, I want
Nice.
to talk to that lady.
Yeah, she seems fun.
I
So
just
she
need-
just
you
has them out,
yeah.
just laying
Yeah,
around.
just lying around.
I mean,
Wow.
I don't know how much you looked around in here, but
Yeah. Wow. That's just never safe, you know? You
No,
don't want
it's
to be
not.
coming home blacked out drunk to just an
Maybe you
AR-15
don't.
on the floor.
I like to live like Tom Cruise. So
You're like, I like to live dangerously. No, you can't leave guns unattended with a
Yeah.
dog in the house.
Yeah.
That's irresponsible.
oh yeah, that'll,
And yeah, so I ended up staying the night, and but then after that, so I get back home, and I don't hear from her.
I hope you pulled out.
Definitely.
Oh,
Have you not heard my routines?
Yeah.
I never pull out.
Oh, God.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, yeah, you're taking a big risk with this chick. You know exactly
Yeah.
where she
yeah,
stands.
yeah. You know,
She got that right-wing pussy.
Hey, YOLO, right?
there's no course correction here.
No, there's
No,
not.
no.
Especially after the whole abortion
Hey,
rant.
and let me
too.
tell you,
Yeah.
after that abortion rant, this lady is zero fun at holidays. And you're going to
Oh,
be
no.
tethered to her for the rest of your life.
That would be a big problem.
Yeah, she's going to ruin every Christmas. It's like, you know that person in your family, you know what they're going to come, what talking points they're going to come with if you look it up beforehand
Yeah.
on like Fox.
See, but she would get along with my family.
My family's half and half. Some people will bring it up, and then the other half goes, "Oh, Jesus, here we go.
Yeah.
We see your Facebook. We know what the fuck you're about. We've seen your bulletin points." I just don't think that's the place to bring it up. Is on a date on the way home.
No, it's
So you stayed with her?
Well, so basically, like I was saying, I get back home, and then I just don't hear from her for a month, and I'm like, okay, I guess that was one and done. And then she texted me and she's like, "Hey, you want to hang out again?" I'm just like, "Okay, this is kind of out of the blue, but sure." So we ended up going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
It was enough time that you'd forgotten.
Yeah, I had. I'd moved on, but I said sure. I mean, she was really hot. Also, she was a stripper in Vegas for 4 years.
Okay, I was gonna
Okay.
say, paint this picture. What's she looking like? Was she?
Blonde, like 5'0", fake boobs,
Yeah.
couple
okay.
tattoos.
See, this is painting a picture of why a lot of these red flags were just ignored. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the biggest thing, she legit like showed desire towards me, and I had not had that before. So you bet your ass I was going
Whoa.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that was something I just had not experienced genuinely.
Yeah.
Because I'd been in a relationship or whatever you call a
Quasi.
situationship. Like,
Wait, that happens?
yes. Yes, it does. But it was like, it's actually
I don't believe you. I think you're lying for the sake of your story.
No, but it was actually 10 years ago this year. And, you know, when I asked if she actually loved me, she said, no, I wasn't being completely honest. And that just crushed me. So, you know, when I actually had someone who legit was into me,
Right.
I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
absolutely
I totally
gonna
get
pursue
that.
this.
Yeah.
I'll
But-
go to a march.
But yeah, so we went to a Buffalo Wild
I got
Wings.
tiki
and-
torches in the garage.
I was going to use them for the barbecue,
sounds like
but
a
this
cheap
seems
date.
as good.
But we went to a Buffalo Wild Wings because she wanted to watch the Stanley Cup.
Oh, dude,
And
bro.
Okay.
oh, she was screaming like I think it was Boston that was playing, but they were losing.
Now we're back.
Oh, that's
She
her
was-
team.
She
Boston?
that was her team, yeah, and she
Oh,
was.
so now you got to fight people for this lady
Yeah,
too.
that's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, like I was just like, fuck, what I get myself into, and then
Yeah.
she ended up going to the bathroom, and I kind of glanced over at her driver's license, and I finally found her Facebook profile, and it turns out she was married.
Oh,
Damn, you did a little detective work. I like that.
I always do
Dang.
detective
Man,
work.
that's a good. Hey, I know. I like it. That's a good move.
So
It's a good move.
did you just leave the Buffalo Wild Wings?
Hell no. I went out with her again after that.
Did you bring it up at least?
No, I let her bring it up. She's like, yeah, by the way, I'm married.
Oh, so you waited for her to do it.
Yes.
And did you act surprised or did you say,
No, I said
bitch, I
know.
know?
And she's like, how'd you know? I'm like, I glanced at your driver's license and
Yeah.
stalked you. And she's like, oh. But then she said, yeah, my husband and I are in an open marriage. That turned
Right.
out to be bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
I ask
right.
him right now?
Yeah.
Can I ask him on the
I
phone?
didn't want to. He was
on
a
the phone. Call him.
He
Call
was a
him. Put it on
6'5",
speakerphone.
225-pound ex-Marine. Like, no, I wasn't asking
course
him.
Yeah.
he is.
No, you
Of
don't
course
want
he
to
is.
ask about that.
No. That's why she's got all the guns.
Actually, no,
Fucking-
that those were his guns, it
Yeah.
turns out.
Yeah.
Because he also found out, not about me, but
Oh.
he found out about the two guys before me.
Oh my God, dude, you're behind enemy lines.
Yes, I was.
With his guns strewn around the house. Imagine if he came home.
Yeah, it'd be fucked. As my friend described, he'd probably shoot me and turn me into like a stuffed bear on his trophy case.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
And if you get shot and
You
you're
would put your
naked,
two fake hips on the mantle.
hey, you see them fake hips? That was
Found-
when a
found
net
those
was
hips
cheating
in
on
my
me.
wife.
Found them hips pounding my wife. I put them down like a dog. 'Cause let me tell you.
And
if
then I
I'm
put
in
the
some
dog
pussy,
down.
you're gonna be able to get right up on me. I am not gonna hear that door open. I'm not gonna hear that safety turn off. I'm not gonna hear one go to the chamber. You're gonna blow my fucking brains out all over this chick. That's
That's a pretty gross
That's-
image.
a scary place to be. Is behind enemy lines, and you don't even know she's married. So you're not on high alert.
No.
You're just like, God damn,
Yeah.
this girl loves guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like, man, were you a Marine? This is crazy. Got all kind of memorabilia.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he found out about the two guys before me, and
I think I would have figured that out as soon as I got there because I would have seen all the Marine shit.
no,
'Cause
there wasn't. She
there's
apparently
no
she
way.
hid all that stuff away.
Oh wow!
She's
Because
devious.
that's devious. Because
That's
I
what
was
I
gonna
was
say
saying. You're like,
Marines
damn.
always have Marine shit around.
Yeah, you're like, this lady fucking.
Either that, or it was in
loves
like
Marines.
another room that I
Yeah.
wasn't allowed into.
Yeah.
But yeah, she found out about the two
Damn.
guys before me, or he found out about the two
Okay.
guys before me, and ended up kicking her out of the house. And basically, she had to beg him to let her back in, and he did. But at the same time, he did a couple things. One, he installed Nest cameras like in certain positions in every room, so he could watch her while he was on, because he was a traveling electrician. Like he worked for some company that did warehousing stuff. So he'd be gone like all the time, and so he basically installed the cameras so he could watch her. And then like some other weird things, like he said that she couldn't shave at all because that would make her, quote, more unattractive for guys, so they wouldn't want to sleep with her.
Plot twist, I love a bush. You're like,
I mean, it didn't stop me, obviously, because I
bro.
went back.
yeah. Kidding me? Little stubbly pussy? What are you talking about? So did he see the footage on the Nest cams?
No, he fucked in my car. I wasn't taking any chances with the Nest cameras. She's basically like, okay, we can either do it in your car or the boat. I was like, let's do it in the car.
The boat?
The boat?
Yes, they had a boat in the garage.
Bro, I don't like this lady at all.
No, dude, this lady is a monster. Do you want to Titanic me in the garage? That's crazy, dude. I might have picked the boat, though.
Yeah, I mean,
in retrospect, I should have picked the boat because the car was very cramped and I kept banging my head on the ceiling.
When I was a younger man, I went back to this girl's house, and it was her parents' house. And she was like, I have a pool. We can get in the pool. I was like, pool? I'm totally in, right? I'm all about it. So as we're like floating around, I'm like, what does your dad do? Because I'm like looking at all this shit in his like little like pool house, and it's all military stuff. And she starts telling me about how he's like was a sniper and shit, and she's like undressing, and I'm like, I don't know.
This might be a bad idea. Are you sure he's not watching us through the window with the scope?
I'm like looking at all these pictures of him in uniform. I'm like,
You're looking for like red dot sights?
like, do you have a laser pointer? What the fuck?
I mean, it's like, sure, I'll take it. At least I'll die happy.
Oh my God. It's just the last thing you want to be looking at while a lady is undressing is pictures of her father and the armed forces.
It feels like the last thing you're ever going to look at.
That's asleep in the house. Because I was like, whose house is this? She's like, shh, they're sleeping. And you know, when you're a young man, you're like, hopefully it's her roommates. No,
I hope.
it's her fucking trained killer father. He probably doesn't sleep that good because of the nightmares.
Yeah, he's probably up doing perimeter checks regularly.
Yeah, he has to be, dude. He's like up, like, oh, I hope my baby girl's safe. He just sees me floating around the pool naked.
Ever since I got out of the Corps, I got to go around the perimeter 3 times a night just to make me feel safe.
And it's just me, butt naked at the pool, smoking a joint. Just I will take pleasure in this kill.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, I haven't loved a kill since the 80s.
This is why I joined the force.
I haven't enjoyed a kill since Vietnam. Yeah, dude.
Desert Storm was the last time I had a good day.
He just shoots you, whatever the girl's name is. Get the hose. All right, so you're back with this wretch, right?
This monster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so where were we at in the story?
We're after the car sex.
Okay, so
Yeah.
car sex. What kind of car?
2007 Honda Civic.
Nice.
Sorry, not 2007,
Okay.
2017.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
2017 Civic.
There you
Okay.
go. Yours or your car? Or her
Yeah, my car.
Okay, your
That's
car.
plenty of room.
Yeah.
That's nice. Car sex
Did she
is
have?
fun.
I feel like if she had a boat, she probably had a bigger car that was, I'm suspecting, next to your car. Were you like, can we use that one?
Fuck no, that shit's the Epstein Island. It's all
Yeah.
fucking cameraed up.
The car?
Probably everything.
I mean, I wasn't going to take any chances.
Yeah, they have those
Yeah.
little like cameras that they have in the car rolling. The Uber drivers have them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you have to assume if he's putting cameras all over the house, he's either a cuck, which is best case scenario,
Yeah.
or he's gonna kill you.
Which
But
is
it's like, how
bad.
far away is he? If he's like in New Orleans,
Apparently, it was in South Carolina at the time.
Okay, so you got about 5 hours of run time.
yeah, that's rough. That's not great,
No, that's and
especially if you pass out after
he
post
knows
coitus.
and he knows how to track.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that fucking fugitive movie.
The Fugitive.
Never mind. Yeah. I didn't know if you would know the one, but I couldn't think of anybody in it. I could see all their faces, and I was like, if I don't know I was like, if he doesn't know this, I can't explain it to him. I'm just gonna sound like an idiot going, no, the Fugitive movie. What's it called? We'll have our own Who's On first.
Harrison Ford.
Yes, there you go. First try. Dude, we'd
First
kill.
try, I know it. It's
No,
not a
that's
try.
what I'm saying. I couldn't think of it. All right,
That's
so
so
you,
fun.
after the car sex, Honda Civic, this lady.
You're a fugitive.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I don't hear from her again for another month.
Oh, good.
And then
Yeah.
she basically says, hey, my husband and I are going to try to work things out, so I'm going to not talk to you anymore.
And then she hit you up 3 weeks later.
She hit me up actually during COVID.
Oh, so that's
She just
not-
called me out of the blue, and we talked.
She's like, I got some pretty strong opinions.
Actually, yeah, she told me, it's like, she ended up going to work in the healthcare sector, and she was basically, swamped and, just feeling awful just because of COVID because they were getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then she basically said, like, this is why I think COVID was created in the lab. And then just went on, like, a bunch of conspiracy rants. I'm just sitting there, I'm just like,
Yeah, she's got a whole meme folder she wants to dump into your fucking message box, bro.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, her husband had gotten more,
They call that pegging, I think.
he got more, yeah. her husband had gotten a little more, kind of abusive. And it had not been going well. So she would also call me to vent about that. But then after she hung up, I never heard from her again.
God, they sound like, could you imagine that relationship they're having? I mean,
It sounds like the standard military relationship, to be honest
Yeah,
with
totally
you.
does.
God damn it, dude.
It sounds like the dude doesn't have a good...
And he's
a
abusive,
good,
so he's a piece of
yeah.
shit, It's like, God.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean-
everybody sucked.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody
me,
just-
me for keeping going, her for not telling me, and him for
Yeah,
being
But I
a
mean, you
neglectful
didn't
abusive
know.
asshole.
I mean, how are you going to know if she tells you it's open? You don't know that it's not open.
Well, when I found out that it wasn't open, I still kept going.
Okay, well, hey, we're all
We're,
humans
we're
here.
all learning.
I mean, pussy blind is a real thing, and if you don't know about pussy blind, it's real. It is. You will ignore all the red flags, all of the warnings. You just, I mean, I
And
get
being
it.
desired also.
Yes,
that
yes.
contributed
Well,
as
that
well.
comes with that's and then comes. I was being crude when I was saying pussy blind, but yes, all that touch starved, all that comes under the umbrella of that.
Yeah.
It's very enticing.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, it's enticing. That's why they have a whole industry of like escorts that just do the girlfriend service. That's like part of what you pay
Not
for.
surprised.
Yeah, it's like just listen and like just hang out with me. Like it's not just about sex. They do a whole thing where you just go out and it's somebody that you go out. See, I feel like I would just like fall in love with somebody.
Yeah, like
that
I
would be a
couldn't-
big problem.
Yeah,
I
like
couldn't do it for money either because, like,
No.
even if it was, like, good and I was getting what I wanted, like, deep down, I still know it's artificial because
Right.
I'm paying for it. Like, it's not
Yeah.
it's not real. It's not genuine. Like, there's still a transactional element involved. And if
Yeah.
it was not transactional, it would not exist. And,
No.
like, I wouldn't be able to do it because deep down I would know this is fake.
And I'm saying on both
But-
sides of the coin. Like if I was
But
the
hear me out.
escort, it's like, what if you fell in love with this person? You're like, damn, when do I stop charging them?
Hear me out.
Okay, here we go. These are always good.
There's no way that this is expensive as what you might call a traditional escort. There's no way that this costs as much. It's probably relatively affordable to the point that I don't see any reason why you couldn't just get like 4 or 5 of them for a show someday.
No,
just to
I
blow
think-
everybody. Just be like,
It's like Bachelor, but with hookers.
no, not just like pay 5 women to come hang out with you.
Oh, at a show.
At like I don't know, do like a live podcast
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
roll in.
They come in, you're like, thank you, women, for your time. Actually, sit down. Where are you from?
those 5 girls, $150 for the night.
I'm like a poor man's Dan Blazarian, basically.
And- We leave this building and they go their separate ways. That's the
Dude,
whole thing.
The thought of getting a hotel room and paying for an escort, and then when she comes in, doing a podcast with her is so funny to me.
That would
It's
be
like,
funny.
What? This
Yeah.
is what you want to do for an hour? You're like, absolutely.
I mean, hey, if you're getting paid, might as well roll
Yeah,
with
that
it.
let's
would be
deep
funny.
dive. What would you call it? What would your podcast? I don't know. I couldn't think of anything right
I'm trying to
off.
think of something that
Yeah.
rhymes, and it's not coming
Yeah.
to me.
But that actually might be fun. Do you know the stories? It's finished the story. Do you understand the stories that these women could probably tell you about people? I mean, they have the true psyche of America. Them barbers and like therapists, they got the real pulse on America. Because you get to see, I bet people are at their worst and their best when they are with hookers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
I'm gonna say more worst
Yeah,
than
more worst.
best. I'm gonna say almost exclusively worst.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually know some sex workers, and yeah, that pretty much is exactly what they say.
Yeah.
Like best and worst. People from all walks of life, all different life stages,
Yeah.
all different reasons for being there. Like there's no stereotypical client. No two clients are the same ever.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a wild, wild way. I mean, just honestly, a very dangerous way to make money.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dangerous.
And ultimately, it is still illegal. So, either you get hurt by your clients or hurt by the law. And, yeah, you're skirting a very, very
Some
dangerous
FBI
line
agent
there.
Fucking been tailing you for 3 months, jerking off in his car.
I mean,
listening to all your phone conversations.
I mean, at that point, like, best case scenario, it's Bill Clinton.
What do you mean?
No, just
That might have been worst case scenario, honestly.
I'd say it's more of a
I'd
medium
say-
case scenario.
Yeah, I'd say Epstein he's going to tip well, probably. Bill Clinton.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's-
dude.
But, like Epstein, you don't want to see that guy. Diddy, not a good sign.
Hell no.
Dude.
R. Kelly,
R. Kelly,
No.
Well,
Bad
R. Kelly,
news.
that's an age. If you're over 20, you're not worried about that.
Yeah. That whole thing is crazy. That there was just like that whole music industry of it. And that it's all connected. No, once you start, and nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody wants to look at the connections of it, but you're like, this is just bad.
It's a
Rotten
lot
from
of
the
bad.
inside.
A lot of bad going on.
Yeah, a lot of bad going on. So, did you have another one? Did you want to tell us about the taxidermy girl? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
and I figure, she's actually cool with it because when I posted a
Oh,
joke clip
nice.
about that, she actually shared it. She's like, yes, it's me. I'm taxidermy girl.
Grab me one of the big ones.
I got you. Oh, so she's down with being taxidermy girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
She's actually come to one of my shows, and she really enjoyed it.
Taxidermy girl.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
professionally?
No, it was
Okay, that's way creepier.
she actually no she
It's just a
well
hobby.
she was actually a mortician for a while, so she
Okay.
had experience in that
Ooh,
field.
little.
But yeah, so I ended up she was mutual friends with one of my good friends, and she ended up friending me on Facebook because basically, quote, I looked really cute and she wanted to talk, and so we ended up talking.
That
We ended up
feels
getting
good.
yeah, it's great.
I like that.
So we ended up getting back and forth for a while, and she lives about like 2 hours outside of Atlanta, and so she asked me one day, she's like, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "Do you want to do taxidermy?" And I was like, "Sure," because I mean,
Yeah.
Nice.
the thing is, like, if I had met her like on a dating app and I had no idea who she was, I would have said no. But like, she's mutual. She's like mutuals with one of my friends. She's actually very close with this person. I'm just like, okay, like if they're close, like I think I'll be fine. So
Right.
I said yes because like regardless, it was going to be an interesting date. I mean, it still was the most interesting date I've ever been on.
Taxidermy?
Yeah, that
So,
rules.
so yeah, I drove 2.5 hours and we basically did taxidermy on rats in her living room.
Oh my God,
On
on
rats?
rats?
Yeah.
That's fucking
Nah.
cool.
Well, so she had Rex. So she has a dwarf. She has a dwarf articulated python, which is incredibly it's incredibly beautiful.
Of
Like
course.
it's a nice green, like purple iridescent, and he's a really sweet snake too.
Okay.
All right, I'm seeing some red flags waving again.
Okay, so she
No,
has
I
snakes?
love reptiles. I love snakes.
What
I was
was
all
this-
into it. I got to feed it too. It was cool.
Damn, dude, this date.
But yeah, so we got extra rats from that, and we ended up taxiderming it, and it was actually pretty cool because like I didn't know how you taxidermy things. So what you do is like basically a taxidermied animal is a skin that's just stuffed with cotton or other fiber. Like what you do is basically you make an incision down the back of the rat. You basically unglue unglue the skin from the organs and like from the fascia and the muscles.
That's definitely what serial killers call it.
And then basically you rip all the meat out like you're the predator. Like you basically just
Fatality.
rip it all out in one go. So it's like it looks like have you seen Stranger Things season 3?
Yes.
Basically it looked like that when I pulled the rat out. It looked like that goo monster.
Super metal.
So it's fucking. Damn.
So basically what you're left with is like this floppy like rat condom. That's the best way I can describe it.
A rat condom.
Yes, that's a rat condom. That's basically what you're left
Do you
with.
think that those were used as condoms back before they had condoms?
Yeah, that's what the Black Plague was. That's how it came about.
Oh no!
Oh, that was awesome.
Okay, so you got a rat condom. This date, hold on, we're going so fast through this date. Okay, so y'all meet up at her house.
Yeah.
What do you do first? You just immediately sit down and start butchering rats, or you feed the snake?
We talked for a bit, and then I fed the snake afterwards. But yeah, we got the rats out and started going at it.
Nice. It's like arts and crafts. I like that.
Yeah, because we literally had like an arts and crafts thing
Yeah.
because we dressed up the rats
It's
afterwards.
dark arts and crafts.
So what you do after you have the rat condom is basically you take chicken wire,
Uh-huh.
and you make like kind of an internal skeleton, and you basically then put cotton on it, and you basically try to put it in the rat and then seal it up, and then you're left basically with a taxidermied animal.
Nice.
I didn't realize that's how you did it.
I didn't realize it either, and now I know. It's like actually, it's pretty interesting.
What did her house look like? Was it just covered in animals?
Yeah.
She does have a bunch of animals, like a bunch of cats, a possum.
Bro, could you
Uh-huh.
get her to send us a fucking taxidermied rat for the table?
Yes.
I mean, technically, I think she still has our taxidermied rats. So,
dude, we would love to pay for a taxidermy
If-
rat for the table. We would love that. That would be
man,
amazing.
she was selling like a snake in a jar for like $400. Damn, if only I had known you guys last year, like I could have gotten.
if
I
you look at us, you're like,
touch.
these guys would
These guys
enjoy
want some
a
taxidermy.
taxidermied rat. Yeah, growing up, my brother's best friend, that we call her Mama, Angie. She's like the mom of the group.
Okay.
Her dad was a taxidermist, so I remember like seeing their house as a kid. Whoa, you just walk in there, dude. It's outrageous how
Yeah.
many animals were around. Like
Bro-
they had turtle, they had foxes and shit.
Foxes?
Like I'm
That's
like, who
pretty
killed
sweet.
this?
Yeah.
I think that's illegal.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think there's a season probably. Depends where
Probably.
you
I didn't know that's how you did it. I didn't know you just snatched everything out of it.
Yeah, I didn't know it either. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, you just rip it out. I'm like, wait, you're just.
So then you taxidermy. How long does it take?
We were at it for like 3 hours.
Did y'all
and
drink a couple beers?
I hate beer. No,
Yeah.
I couldn't eat or drink during the thing.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I was like,
no.
drink
Yeah.
while you're.
No, because like we're also like we've got rat juice, we've got borax, like
are. Yeah.
all the
Like-
formaldehyde, like all the
Yeah.
formaldehyde, formaldehyde, all the like no, it's
Yeah, like, yeah, we had the rats and a nice charcuterie board.
I mean,
also like I when I was trying to take the organs out, I ended up puncturing one of the intestines, so
Oh,
it
no.
smelled terrible, terrible.
It's a bad smell.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it smelled awful.
dog.
How dead are these rats? Like how long are we talking about? They're dead.
I mean,
for?
they've been in the freezer for a while. They had
Okay.
to thaw them, but like
They
it's
had to
still.
like a
I mean,
chicken.
it's not like they were given. It's not like they were given a rat enema before they died. Like there's still shit in there.
Yeah. So, Keegan,
What?
I grew up deer hunting, and you specifically don't want to hit the stomach or intestines for that reason because it's basically going to be the worst smell you've ever smelled the whole time you're gutting the deer.
Yeah, it's undigested food and liquid shit. That's basically what it is.
It's bad. It's so bad.
yeah.
And I don't
Dude.
even want to think about what's going on in rat intestines based on what they're eating. Like
Yeah.
a deer is eating grass and leaves and shit.
When rats are eating whatever.
Rats are eating.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
So you hit an intestine little. You
Yeah.
hit a little gusher.
You
Ugh,
learned
yeah,
a,
it was-
you learned a lesson that day.
Yeah, that was bad.
Damn,
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
crazy date.
Did she like put on any? Was there like music playing
Yeah.
while you guys were?
Yeah, classic '90s, 2000s.
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
You have to.
Yeah.
that's a fun vibe.
Either that or it's got to be that screaming shit you listen to.
Yeah, metal.
Yeah.
I like. You get into metal ever, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, so Keegan's a pussy and is more more into jam band stuff.
I like that just my preference is immediately like pussy. Oh, no. I mean, I don't know. I never really got into it. I do like different music, though. I do like punk. Metal, I just never got into. I can appreciate the drums. I can appreciate the technicality of it, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
guitar
it's hard.
players. And I mean, I can appreciate it. The screaming is what takes me out.
Yeah, because it's hard as fuck. Like, you don't do it right, you just blow your vocal cords out.
Yeah, which is crazy. How do you even get better? Like, you're just not going to
Practice.
talk? You're like, what? Just not
Well,
going to go to
there's
work?
like a technique to it that is
Really?
supposed to be better for you,
Mm-hmm.
and anybody who's doing it professionally is doing that.
Really? So there's like a technique like singing?
Yeah, it's more of it's something with your diaphragm. That's the
Yeah,
all that I've
sing from your diaphragm, not from your throat.
which I don't know how to do. I tried when I was in high school. I couldn't figure it
I
out.
was in chorus in 5th grade. When I was in 5th grade, I made
okay.
it. In 4th grade, I was in chorus. And
Weird way to tell us you were molested.
Nope. I showed up. This is how white trash I was, and I didn't really think about it until later on in my life. I showed up to chorus in 4th grade. Everyone else went to audition. They did like Happy Birthday, Mary Had a Little Lamb. I shit you not. I walk up, popped in a Garth Brooks CD, and sang to Friends in Low Places.
That's awesome.
My fourth
That's
fourth
fucking
grade
awesome, dude.
chorus
I
teacher
love it.
sitting there watching me, and I'm just like, and always. She's like, what the? How drunk are your parents that you came here with a Garth Brooks drinking song? And I didn't make it. She's like, absolutely not.
You
no.
didn't make it.
Bullshit. No, that's awesome.
That lady didn't see the vision.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like when I said, can I pop this in? She's like, well, what is happening? And at the time, honestly, I think it was a tape because I think I had taped it at home from the radio.
Oh, so you had like a little bit of a commercial on the front end?
Yeah.
like the very end of a car commercial?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got stories about my music teacher too.
Uh-oh. Good or bad?
Bad. I will say so the music teacher I told you about, that was my kindergarten through 3rd grade music teacher. But then I switched elementary schools and I had a 4th through 6th grade music teacher. And she is one of the worst teachers I've ever had. And it's not because she was in terms of her teaching style, she wasn't a bad teacher. It was her personality, the way she structured the classes, and
She wasn't a bad teacher. It was her as a person.
Yeah, literally, it was her as a person. Like, I would like we have music classes every 2 weeks, and I would always dread going to them. Like I'm talking shit my pants
Yeah,
dread.
fuck that lady.
Because I remember one time we were supposed to memorize this recorder song. And I remember specifically the song was R. Lee, some Civil War era song. That sucks.
Fucking racist shit.
Yeah, it sucks. I hated it. And so I basically
It
practiced
sucked
for
back
this
then.
test for 2 weeks. And
Which the recorder is the worst instrument.
I mean, one of my jokes is, a recorder is always going to sound like a ghost getting fisted because it does. It does.
Apparently, there's different versions of recorders that are bigger and sound better.
That's funny. as
It's
shit.
just
I
the
like
one-
that joke.
Yeah, we did not have those.
No,
No, dude.
it's the
We had
one
those
that everybody
plastic
got was
bullshit
literally
ones.
the
Yeah.
worst possible version of that
You could get a
instrument.
better one out of like a Cracker Jack box than the one they
Yeah.
gave you at school.
I
You're
will
like,
say, though,
dude.
if you watch David Tell's new special, he actually had one of those plastic recorders. He actually played it pretty decently.
Yeah. You
Which
have
I was
to if
surprised.
it's
I'm like,
gonna
wow,
be
that
in a
actually
joke.
sounds pretty good.
Because if it's bad and you know what I mean, it
Yeah.
makes it worse. It's funny if you're good at it.
Yeah, that's the only way I
Okay,
can
so
imagine
fuck this
David
lady.
Tell walking an audience.
But yeah, so I practiced for
The
2
Andre 3000.
But yeah, I ended up practicing for 2 weeks, and when I went and I played it on the test, she was like, "You obviously didn't practice," and she failed me.
Damn.
Oh, it gets worse. So I remember in 5th grade, she had complimented my
bitch.
mom for helping her like put together a play or something, and I was not paying attention, and so she calls me out in class. She's like, "You know that compliment I gave to your mom? I take it back."
Whoa,
What?
this is a petty cunt.
Oh, it gets worse.
Whoa, dude. How old were you?
10.
Imagine saying that to a 10-year-old. Hey, you know I complimented your mom? Taking it back. Fuck that bitch.
Oh, and it gets worse.
Did you tell your mom that she said
Yeah, I
that?
did.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse though. So she gave me. So there's an Australian kids show called Bananas and Pajamas, and she had a stuffed one of those characters on her desk, and it had the words "focus" on it.
Bananas
She made-
and pajamas are coming
Please stop.
down
That's
the stairs.
traumatizing.
I don't even know what this is.
That's why I was singing
What
it for
the
you.
fuck?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of this.
They sing this song and they come down the stairs in pairs.
To find teddy bears to catch them unawares, which sounds molesty as
Whoa, I've never heard the third
fuck. Yeah,
part.
here, go find the theme song on you.
They're
on
catching
No.
teddy bears unaware.
Yeah.
Put that on the screen. Let people see that fucking terrifying shit.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I'm like, what in the Jeffrey Epstein shit is this? Like, it's...
I mean, these bananas look like They
is
came to
so
somebody in a
creepy.
fever dream. Like somebody was near death after being bitten by a rare spider or something.
Somebody took too much Ambien and they're having sleep paralysis. And this is what's coming down the stairs. They're laying in their living room with the sleep paralysis demon. It's just bananas and pajamas. Terrifying. All right, so she had a banana and pajama on her desk.
So it
'cause
said,
she's a weirdo.
focus on it, and she made me sit in the middle of the classroom and stare at it for the rest of the class.
Why?
Because I wasn't paying attention. Because I had undiagnosed ADHD and autism.
Let
That's
me tell
why.
you, this is like that weird punishment where you're like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
What are we
That's
doing?
like basic training style punishment,
When I was a kid.
where it's just embarrass you until.
Yeah. When I was a
until
kid,
you
I was so
hopefully don't
bad.
get that again.
One time, this lady, we had a substitute teacher, and she was just like that. She was like, wanted me to sit in the back of the room and like face the wall, and just was being like very like vindictive. Where you're like, you're a sub. So I remember just giving it to her, be like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. So we were walking down the hallway, and she was like, come here, you need to walk next to me. And I was like, no, I'm not. I don't need to. You're being so mean to me. And she grabbed me by my arm and jerked me up to her, and I was like, oh. And she's like, I didn't mean to. I was like,
I win.
I was like, you're so fucked. I was like, wow, look how red my arm is. She was like, stop it. I was like, I can't wait till my mom gets here, dude. Woo, you're fucked, lady.
Lucinda's about to burn
I was
you
like,
to the
you had a
ground.
hill to stand on, but now checkmate, dude. You might lose your job today. I was giving it to her, and you could tell the look on her
Hope
face.
you got
She's
another
like,
way to afford cat food, lady.
that kitty litter's gonna get expensive. Yeah, you could tell she just looked at me like, "Fuck."
That's funny because
I
my
lost.
music teacher did that. She wouldn't give a shit. She's just like, watch me convince your parents that I'm the good guy. And she did. No, she was a
What?
master. Parents, well, a lot of parents loved her because like she was able to basically manipulate it to where the kids were the bad people. Because I remember I mentioned to my mom that like, you know, something I didn't like something she said or did. And so I'm talking with one of my friends after a play, and she comes up behind me. She's like, so, Nick, your mom tells me that you didn't like something that I said to you. And I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, are you shitting me?
Yeah, like mom, fucking
Mom, you
ratted
screwed
me.
me.
I
out.
was livid. I was
Yeah,
so
Mom.
mad.
Fucking
That
blood
was
thicker
such a
than water,
betrayal.
bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Snitches get stitches, mom. Got me out here. Fuck. I will say, my mom always went to bat for us. It was my mom versus the teachers, and I would be dead wrong, and she would still go to bat for us. She was a warrior.
That's awesome.
Dude, one time, I probably told it before, but I don't think it was on one we did, but I was in a French class in 3rd grade, which, why the fuck
That's
are
way
we
too
teaching
early for French.
3rd graders
You
French?
don't even have math or English figured out.
And
at that
I was
point.
a bad kid, but it was like you said, it was misdiagnosed ADHD, and I just like I would always get in trouble for not sitting down, not raising my hand, and calling out. You know what I mean? It was like I just needed somebody to guide me.
Yeah.
So we had this terrible French teacher, and so one day I just checked out of class.
Who was
like,
it, Marine Le Pen?
I checked out. Dude, she even had the fucking bowl cut. Like she was like
Oh,
something off a
no.
cartoon, like a little frumpy dumpling of a woman. Just a
frumpy dumpling.
yeah. So
Write that down.
Yeah.
So one day, we're trying to do something, and I am checked out. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I don't like it. It's making me so uncomfortable. And we had to walk out, and we had to say something to her in French to leave the classroom.
Okay.
So I'm like, I say it, and I say it wrong, and she's like, no. So she wouldn't let me leave. So I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So everybody's leaving, and I just was like trying to go, and she's like, you can't leave. And I was like, you're a bitch. And she was just like, so I get
If
written
I were her,
up.
I'd be like, in French.
Yeah, la bitch.
You should have just gone Lady Marmalade. Voulez-vous coucher avec mes bras ce soir? There you go. That's
Yeah.
French.
I was trying to do that thing from the Muzzy commercials. Issue la jeune fille. Like, what does that mean? You're like, I don't know. I've seen it on a commercial.
The big
Menage a
green,
trois.
whatever the fuck said it.
Menage a trois. No, so I call her a bitch, right? This lady loses it. So she starts screaming at me. She starts telling me, she's like, you can't talk to me like that. She's just really like lost it and was really laying in on me, right? So I start crying. My mom comes to pick me up. So my mom's like, dude, you got written up like you're in trouble at school. We're walking out the car. She's like, why are you crying? And I was like, that lady just bullies me. My mom stopped and looked at me in the car and goes, what'd you say? I was like, the lady always picks on me. She's always fucking with me. She doesn't like me. And my mom was like, you said she picks on you? I was like, yeah, she picks on me. So my mom goes in there. I don't know what she's going to do as a kid, but my mom just gets out of the car. I start following her, and she's walking right back into this classroom, dude. Like, dude, my mom literally, like, pushing the gym doors open. She comes in hot, dude. So my mom is white trash, and she doesn't know that Madame is the prefix. So she's saying, my damn. And she's going, my damn Boyle, because that's the lady's last name is Boyle. So my mom's screaming at this lady, and she's like, you know, you pick on my kid, like da-da-da. So this lady's arguing back with her, so they're going back and forth. And I'm sitting there watching as a kid, just like, this rules. Like, like my mom is giving it to this lady. So the lady looks at my mom. This is where she fucked up. She goes, you know what you can do, Lucinda? You can shut up and just sign the referral, and just threw a pen at my mom, like, into her hands. And my mom looked down at her and goes, you want me to sign this referral? This one right here? And my mom ripped it up in this lady's face and threw it in her face. And I was like, oh, shit. And she's like, come on, we're out of here. So we go storming out. I'm like, that's crazy. My mom just fucking. The lady's like, you're never going to be allowed back in the school. Like, you're going to be bam. My mom's like, fuck you, flicking her off. Total white trash move. We get in the car. My mom's so mad. She's like, listen.
The car door, a couple beer cans fall out.
She, like, looks at me and she goes, listen, I know I lost my cool in there. That wasn't good. I shouldn't have done that.
I don't think you had your cool from the moment you kicked the door open.
And then I like looked at her and I go, I got to be real with you too. She goes, what? I go, I called her a bitch. My mom goes, what? I called her a bitch. I said she was picking on me before that. My mom was like, dude, okay. Never tell your father about this. We will take this one to the grave.
Keegan, has it ever occurred to you?
And now it's on the podcast for the world to hear.
Oh, dude, he figured it out. And once she wanted him to go to the first PTA meeting, he's like, what do you fucking mean me go to the PTA meeting? Technically, I'm banned.
Did it ever occur to you that that is in you? And when you have daughters on the way, you may, if they are...
Oh, yeah, because you're expecting twins, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, when one of them comes to you and says, hey, this child has been bullying me, that you might have, like, a fly-off-the-handle type of response?
Oh, yeah, I'll be in there giving them hell. I'll be back in the school system. Y'all thought I was done. Y'all thought you were done with me.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of the content of the podcast in the coming years.
Oh, yeah, it's me battling people in, like, the PTA. Like, I'll be like you. I'll show up with a book, be like, words have meanings and rules have... Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about the HOA, and Trent was talking about battling with the homeowners association.
Well, I'm spiteful in battle.
You gotta use it against them.
I use their rules because I'm a rule follower as a person. So like I can follow the rules easy.
Yeah.
People who manage stuff usually don't follow the rules. So if you follow the rules to a T, you can usually burn them to the ground.
Yeah, I was about to say, because they can't even follow their own rules. There's no way. There's too many.
Rules have flaws because people wrote rules.
And you're like, and I'm going to find them.
And if you dig a little bit, you can find them.
So those were 2 dates. Are you back on dating apps or are you off?
No, I am never getting back on. Like I said, I mean, I am doing that new one that kind of pairs you with 5 random people at a restaurant that they don't announce until the day of. And it's
Wait, so it's 5?
Okay, so explain that. I think we did that before the podcast.
Here, let me see if I can find what it's called real quick.
Yeah, because we did that before the podcast. But you were telling us this before we started recording that it's 5 people meet up anonymously, which is weird.
It's called Time Left.
Which is weird because isn't somebody third wheeling?
No, 5 other
wheeling.
people.
But I'm saying, like, what
wait, is it 5 people total?
It's just 5 people total, yeah.
Oh, that's
what I'm saying.
I thought you said 5
people
other
link
people.
up.
No, it's 5 people total. It's called Time Left, and basically you match up with 5 people, and you find out where you're going to dinner like the day of, and then you just meet there and get to know people.
Okay, I do like this because
it feels like they're trying to build some polypods.
Maybe polypods, but you're not obligated to pay for anybody. I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's multiple people to talk to, so if somebody starts telling you their stance on abortion, you can be like, what are you doing?
Hi.
Go to
nice
there.
to meet you.
And what are you doing?
What do you think about abortion? Dude, started
got
debate.
Major Taylor
Honestly,
Green over here.
Keegan, I would have so much fun showing up to that and then trying to sabotage the whole thing. Just
you
turn
could
it
do
into
that.
a fight.
You could get on and just go on. Like I'm doing. I haven't downloaded the app. I just
Dude,
did like a
just
one and done
terrorize
thing.
this
You
app.
should just tank it.
Like I just did a one and done thing, so you could totally do it. Like just just one
that
time,
would-
just see what it's like.
This is what I did. This was my most successful. This is how I met my girlfriend. I had a similar. I had some horrific dates, dude. I had a lady that like assaulted an Uber driver one time because he bent down to get his phone, and she grabbed him by the back of his collar and snatched him and like slammed him, and he was like, "You're both out of here." And I was like, "Hey."
Wait, why did she do that?
Because he reached down to get his phone because he dropped his phone, and she just thought that he was driving unsafe and snatched. Bro, it was the most insane thing. Then he just kicks us out of the car on the side of the road, and I'm like calling another Uber, and she's like, "So what are we gonna do?" I was like, "What are we gonna do?
What are you gonna
Nothing.
do?"
You just assaulted an Uber driver." And she kept going, "You're a pussy." I was like, "Oh, okay, I love that." Okay, like that's how you're.
That's why I call you that. I know it's a term of endearment
Like
for
I'm
you.
a pussy. You just assaulted a stranger at his work.
Yeah, and not doing that is a pussy move, Keegan.
I was just so glad that it was on her Uber. I was like, you probably,
God,
because I was like, you're probably kicked off Uber. I was like, you're not gonna get a ride. You're actually stuck here.
You're
I'm
a
leaving.
you are a Lyft person now.
Now, actually, I'm leaving. You might be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to call the yellow cab.
But I would go and meet for like a drink, and then see it from there. Have one drink, see if we like it. If you're digging each other, you get an appetizer. If you're digging that, we'll go to another place and kind of bebop around. But it was like I had so many bad dates where you were locked in on a dinner, and it would be bad before the dinner was even there.
I mean, that's why I go to if I do go on dates, I go to restaurants that I know I'm gonna like, because if the date goes wrong, at least I'm gonna enjoy the food.
That's true.
It's like I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh my god, I don't want to go home. This food is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like every single time, it's just I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh my god, it's amazing. I want to go home. I want to. Oh fuck, this
Yeah.
food's so good. And
Then,
that's what keeps me going. I'm like, the food is good, so it's.
and
it'll
then
be
if it's
fine.
going bad, you can even ruin the other person's night by ordering the messiest thing.
Yeah.
Just get the worst date food if it's going bad.
Dude, I went with a lady to a restaurant, and she was a menace. Not even to go into details, because it was just sad, crazy details. And I was like, this lady is unhinged. And then she went to the bathroom, and the waiter came by and was like, "Are you okay?" She comes in a lot. "Are you good?" And I was like, damn, this lady brings people in here all the time. Where the waiter's like, "Bro, are you okay?"
That's not
do
good.
do I need to step in? Like,
Another funny story about that.
I know this is probably rock bottom.
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
you're
He's
with her.
like, it's going. If it's going as bad as it looks over there.
I got another funny story about that. So for a while, the restaurant closed in 2020 because the owner was talking about taking early retirement,
Yeah.
and he probably just decided to do it during the pandemic. But I went there a bunch, and I had so many first dates there that he thought like I was actually cheating on my girlfriend,
Yeah.
because he thought. So I went there once with my best friend's wife's sister, and he thought that we were a couple. And so he saw me
yeah.
there with a bunch of other women, and he's just like, "Wait, are you cheating on her?" I'm like,
Yeah.
No, I'm not. This is just a good first date spot. He's like, "Oh, because I was gonna give you some advice, because he's like, I used to do that shit all the time when I was younger."
It's like, I was gonna give you some dirtbag advice.
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
Dude, I used to have a guy that every time I would wait on him, I had to act like I had never met him. Like, he came in by himself one time and sat at the bar, and he's like, "Hey, just if I ever bring somebody in here," I was like, "By all means, dude." So he would come in like on a Friday and then come back in on a Saturday. And he would sit at the same table, and I'd be like, "Hi, how are you? My name's Keegan. What's yours?" Like, every time. I was like, "Are we really doing this song and
I
dance?"
hope he was slipping a little extra in that little book for
He
you.
was giving me weed. He would come in. He had one of those little things that I guess people put pills in on their keychain, and he'd always have one like really nice nug, and he would just slip it to me at the end. I was like, fuck, I didn't give a shit. Dude, he would sit at the bar. I would make him a Long Island iced tea, and it was like a purple one. I'd put this like razzmatazz in it because he liked that, and I'd call it the Granddaddy Perp because it was purple. But he would sit there on the phone being like, "Nah, babe, traffic's terrible. I'm on the way." And I'm like watching him like,
Jesus.
"Dude, you are the worst." The absolute, like, why? Why not just tell her you stopped for a drink? And if she's that mad, maybe y'all shouldn't be together.
Yeah.
Just the lying was crazy to me. I'm like, she does not believe you. Your track record is bad. I can tell from here. Like, she's not buying this.
He should probably get together with the girl that Nick was talking about earlier.
Dude.
What if it was the same dude?
Call her Donette Trump.
That would be hilarious. You know what? For the purpose of this episode, it was the same person.
Where we at? We did an hour.
Oh, yeah. Hour
Perfect.
15.
Do you have anything to promote, man? Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a blast on this.
Yeah. You got anything to promote? Any shows? This will probably be coming out Friday.
Yeah, so Tuesday, we're all roasting Dave Patel at the Alley Stage in Marietta.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to that. I think I've got some bangers that hopefully will go over well. Wednesday, I'm doing Alley Stage again. And then I'll try to be in Greenville at the Comedy Zone on Thursday for one of their mics just to get out and see something else. And then I got Saturday, I got a show at Hickstown Brewing Company in Villa. How do you pronounce it?
Villa Rica,
Georgia.
Yeah.
So
I've heard good things about that place.
Yeah, so that'll be a 30-minute set, and then I got Tournament of Topics at the Globe in Athens on Sunday at 9.
Which is great, man. I'm gonna definitely look that up because I think me and Trent need to make a trip up there.
Oh,
and do
absolutely!
Tournament of Topics.
You'll love it. You guys will love this show.
I might take some performance enhancing drugs, dude.
Maybe.
One mushroom cap. You're like, dude, I can talk about anything. Give me any topic. My brain can go there.
Well, unless you're going up against 7, then nobody.
Oh no, dude,
Then
that's
all
what
hope
I
is
was
gone.
thinking.
That's
I
a
was like, if you go up against
death
7, it's like,
sentence.
God damn it, dude. That's where you just have to just try to have a good round for the audience's sake. You're like,
Well,
we're gonna do 2 good things.
Well, it's funny because Seven never been to Athens, so
Really?
yeah, and he had a blast, and it's funny because I told him he actually incorporated this into one of his things. So I told him about that gate at UGA. That if the rumor is it's a legend. Like if you're an undergrad student and you walk under the gate, you will not graduate. That's kind of a UGA superstition. Mm-hmm. And so Seven joked that he would get a call one day and it'd be UGA offering him a full ride. And he's just like, fuck yeah. No, wait. I walked under that gate. I'm not going to graduate. Fuck.
Yeah, I love Athens, dude. Athens is we should.
It's a
definitely
great
do
college
something
town.
up
I love it.
I've never done comedy in Athens, so I'd love to go.
You should. Absolutely.
there.
Like,
You know what?
talk to Miles or Lanny or Levi and try to get on one of their
Yeah.
shows. I'm sure they'd love to have you.
Yeah, man. I would love it.
All
Well,
right.
thank y'all. Hey, actually, y'all tune in. Go to the patreon.com/finish the story. I'm actually uploading some things right now. So hopefully by the end of the week, we're going to have 3 brand new episodes. We got the Tale of 2 Trips coming
Fun-
up right
fun.
now. So, yeah, go see the stuff that we won't talk about on this show. Thank y'all so much. Bye.